CSKN NBA Finals, Game 2. We saw a really good game. In game number 1, the offenses continue to go crazy. The Arrows and the Racers are coming up next from Terre Haute. Welcome back live to the Wabash Valley Forum, the home of the Arrows. The Racers lost by 7 a couple nights ago, and now they look to get back on track and force a Game 5 back here in a few days. Let's meet the starting 5 for both teams. The Racers have Cooper Dunbar, Jonathan Stevenson, Landon Lampley, Jackson Gordon, and Grant Irwin. And the Arrows have Paul Ridgway, Brady Kloppenstein, Zach Ellett, Tyler Wren, and Isaiah Hill. Well, folks, here we go from Terre Haute. We are underway at the Wabash Valley Forum. Dunbar to Gordon, back to Stevenson. Back to Lampley. Now it's Gordon. Pass to Stevenson. Now it's Lampley. Lampley to Gordon. Here's Gordon. Jackson Gordon misses the 3. Ridgway rebound. Ridgway, the pass to Wren. Tyler Wren starts us off with a dunk. Now here's Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball. Back to Lampley. It's going to be a foul on Cooper Dunbar. It's the illegal screen. It's an illegal screen by Cooper Dunbar. Now here's Zach Ellett. He has the ball. Back to, Ellett has it. He looks, keeps it himself. Zach Ellett for 3. This Arrows offense is really good. Dunbar has the ball. Covered by Ridgway. Now here's Lampley. Lampley looks, now it's Stevenson. Stevenson to Gordon. Jackson Gordon for 3. Both of these teams have great offenses. It will be interesting to see which offense takes control of the game here in Game 2. Here's Wren, back to Ridgway. Paul Ridgway. He will miss the 3. Lampley has the ball. Stevenson now has it. Looking to tie it up, back to Lampley. Lampley to Stevenson. Stevenson to Gordon. Jackson Gordon misses a 3. Lampley rebound. Puts it up for 2, and we are all tied up at 5. Here's Kloppenstein. Kloppenstein with the ball. Covered by Stevenson. Kloppenstein back to Ridgway. Paul Ridgway for 3. He made a lot of 3s in game 1 in the second half. Now it's Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball. Covered by Ridgway. Now it's Stevenson. He slams it in. Stevenson with the dunk. Now it's Paul Ridgway. Ridgway has the ball here. He looks to Ellett. Ellett looks, covered by Gordon. Now it's Kloppenstein. Brady Kloppenstein. He will miss the 3. Lampley, big time rebound. Back to Gordon. Gordon with it. Covered by Wren. Almost taken away. Now it's Dunbar. Here's Cooper Dunbar. Looks, keeps it himself. Cooper Dunbar for 2. And the Racers are up by 1. Great offense by the Racers. Ellett has the ball. Keeps it himself. Covered by Lampley. Here's Ellett. From inside the paint. Back out to Ridgway. To Kloppenstein. Brady Kloppenstein will miss the 3. Gordon with the rebound. Both offenses starting off really hot. Jackson Gordon will miss the 3. 2 good offenses. Brady Kloppenstein for 2. And the Arrows retake the lead. They're up by 1. Now here's Dunbar. Timeout, Centerman. And we welcome you back here to the CSKN NBA Finals live from Terre Haute. Here we go. Look at Stevenson leading the league in field goal percentage. What a game we are going to see here. What a game we are seeing. It's Irwin, the pass to Lampley. Lampley has the ball. Covered there. Now here's Sigmund. Nash Sigmund with it. Covered by Klovenstein. Back to Stevenson. Stevenson will miss big time. Klovenstein with it. Keeps it himself. Stolen away by Nash Sigmund. Stevenson with the rebound. Here's Crum. Corner Crum. He will miss the two. Low rebound. Now it's Delk. Delk keeps it. No, he doesn't. Sitterton ball. He will go out of bounds. Into the game for the Racers. Bo Polson, Levi Welding, and Cooper Dunbar. And for the Arrows, Jahari Miller is into the game. Here's Dunbar. Back to Welding. Welding to Lampley. Here's Lampley. Back to Dunbar. Dunbar looks. Covered by Hill. Dunbar to Polston. Bo Polston will miss the two. Delk rebound. Harvey Delk the pass to Hill. Isaiah Hill for two. They're up 12-9. 3-point lead now. Dunbar with the lead, with the ball. Going up for three. He will miss the three. Delk rebound. Harvey Delk there. Has it. Looks back to Vogt. Julian Vogt. He will miss the three. Dunbar with the rebound. Here is Cooper. Back to Crum. Carter Crum. Tie game. Crum for three. Here is Klovenstein. Klovenstein has it. Covered by Dunbar. Now here's Vogt. Vogt there. Covered by Crum. Julian Vogt will miss the two. Polston back to Crum. Crum to Lampley. Now it's Crum again. Crum to Weldy. Levi Weldy misses a three. And we are tied after the first quarter. What a game from Terre Haute. The offenses going off. The three-pointers are flying for both teams. Tie game after one. And we welcome you back here to Terre Haute. Here we go. Delk gives it back to Vogt, and we are underway in the second quarter. Vogt has the ball. There is no one sitting down. Bryce Wren for three. Bryce Wren is back, shooting threes. Crum has the ball. He has it back to Dunbar. Here's Dunbar. Pass to Sigmund. Sigmund to Dunbar. Cooper Dunbar misses a three. Hill with the rebound. Pass to Delk. Harvey Delk for two. 17-12. Now it's Crum. Carter Crum has the ball. He looks, turns, back to Weldy. Now it's Crum. Carter Crum misses the three. Bryce Wren there. Now it's Vogt. Julian Vogt for three. And the Arrows' second quarter starting out hot. Crum has the ball. Pass to Dunbar. Here's Cooper Dunbar. Cooper Dunbar will miss the three. Delk with it back to Wren. Wren to Hill. Isaiah Hill with the slam. 10-point lead. Early in the second quarter, timeout Racers. But the Arrows offense starting out really fast right off the gate in the second quarter. 10-point lead for the Arrows. And we welcome you back here to Terre Haute. The Arrows offense here in the second half has started out really hot. Can they continue this hot streak as the second half goes on? Or second quarter goes on, or will the Racers come back and score more? It is a 10-point lead, however, for the Arrows. Into the game for Terre Haute, Brady Klovenstein and Paul Ridgway. Klovenstein really good in the series. Polston back to lane play. Here's the lane play. Pass there, now it's Weldy again. Weldy back to Gordon. Jackson Gordon for three. Here comes the Racer offense now. Klovenstein has it. Covered by Gordon. Klovenstein there. Keeps it himself. He goes up. He will go for two. Klovenstein for two. Now here's Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball. Here we go. Dunbar to Polston. Listen to the crowd in Terre Haute. Polston to Gordon. Jackson Gordon for three. Gordon back-to-back threes. Now here's Vogt. Vogt past the Hill, and Hill slams it in. You can tell that the Racers are trying to come back, but the Arrows offense is just too good. Dunbar there. Back to Gordon, now it's lane play. Lane play to Weldy. Weldy has the ball. Back to Gordon. Jackson Gordon. Back-to-back-to-back threes. Timeout, Terre Haute. It's a 5-point lead for the Arrows. Jackson Gordon getting hot when it matters. And we welcome you back here to Terre Haute. The Arrows once had a 10-point lead. Now it's down to 5. Isaiah Hill leads the league in the playoffs for rebounds per game. Isaiah Hill has been great all season long. Looks really good tonight. If you guys remember, at the beginning of the season, there will be some trades. Then, near the trade deadline, more trades will happen. So these teams that are together right now will probably not be together next playoffs. Lampley has it back to Dunbar. Cooper Dunbar for 3. 2-point lead for the Arrows. Only the 2 top players from each team will be traded. So that will mean that we will see Stevenson on a new team next year. Julian Vogt misses a 3. I think, if I remember correctly, I think it's going to be Stevenson and Landon Lampley going to a new team next year for the Racers. Now here's Stevenson. Stevenson goes up. He will miss. But we know that the Arrows will still be dominant. Zach Ellett will miss the 3. Weldy back to Gordon. Here's Jackson Gordon. Gordon back to Dunbar. Now it's Weldy. Back to Stevenson again. Stevenson has the ball. He's going to go up. Miss the 2. Hill with the rebound. Hill back to Vogt. Julian Vogt with it. He has it, goes up for two. He makes the two-pointer. 4-point lead. Here's Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball. Pass to Stevenson. Stevenson goes up. He will drain the two. 2-point lead now, once again. Vogt now has the ball covered there by Dunbar. Vogt, pass to Ellett. Ellett covered by lane play. Zach Ellett will miss the two. Weldy rebound. Here's Gordon. Gordon to Stevenson. We are all tied up at 28 again. The Racer offense back to life in the second quarter. Vogt has the ball. Covered by Dunbar. Vogt to Ellett. Zach Ellett misses the two from the rim. Dunbar to Stevenson. Back to Dunbar. Dunbar to Gordon. Gordon back to Stevenson. Stevenson has the ball. He goes up. He will miss the two. Vogt with the rebound. We're still tied. Now, here's Wren. Tyler Wren for two. Now, here's Dunbar. Dunbar looks. Time running out. Cooper Dunbar misses the three. And the Arrows will have a 2-point lead at halftime. It is 30-28. The Arrows have the lead. Really good game. Now it's time for the Nova Rain halftime show. It's the Nova Rain halftime show. Welcome, folks, into the halftime show. What a game we are going to be seeing in the second half. Take a look at the first half highlights for the Arrows. The Taro Arrows are not struggling in tonight's game. They are really good tonight. Their offense has been hot as fire. And look at the bracket. Arrows took game one 2 nights ago. Arrows trying to go up 2-0 on the series. What can we expect from Centerton? Their high-powered offense again in the second half. Really good game. About to end in the second half. Here we go. Dunbar and Hill are your top performers tonight. No, Jackson Gordon and Isaiah Hill are your top performers. Now here we go. Here's Kloppenstein. There he is. Standing up, taking in the scenes. A lot of guys stood on the court, taking in the scenes, including this guy. Jackson Gordon going off tonight, 12 points, a bunch of three-pointers for Jackson Gordon. We know for a fact when we got here, he was in his normal clothes, but standing on the court, taking in the scenes. A couple nights ago and tonight, Tyler Wren will miss the three to pull away, but no, they can't. Lampley back to Dunbar. Dunbar for the lead. The Racers take a 1-point lead over the Arrows. Here's Ridgeway. Ridgeway back to Kloppenstein. B. Klopp back to Ridgeway. Here's Ellett. Ellett to Kloppenstein. Kloppenstein to Ellett. Zach Ellett for three. Cap will get a three-pointer. And that is exactly what he needed. Here's Dunbar. He has the ball back to Stevenson. Stevenson to Gordon. Jackson Gordon will miss the three. Wren rebound. Now here's Hill. Hill has the ball. Keeps it himself. Gordon covering. Hill there. Takes it himself. He will score. Isaiah Hill for two. Gordon back to Dunbar. Here is Cooper Dunbar. Pass to Lampley. Lane play has the ball. Pass to Stevenson. Stevenson there. Pass the lane play. Now it's Dunbar. Cooper, Dunbar keeps it. Back to lane play. Landon lane play for 3. Landon's brother Kenneth is here watching tonight. We know that for a fact. We saw him before the game. Wren has it for the Arrows. Wren to Ridgway. Paul Ridgway with the slam. The second half, Ridgway returns. Dunbar has the ball, covered by Ridgway. Now it's Lampley. Lampley to Stevenson. Stevenson back to Gordon. Jackson Gordon. We are tied at 37. Jackson Gordon for 3. Timeout Terre Haute. Tied up at 37. Back line from Terre Haute. The Arrows have the momentum right now, but that's only in the series. Right now, the Racers have all the momentum on the court, and we are tied at 37. What is going to happen for the rest of the game? Guys, you don't want to miss it. The Racers look really good right now. If they continue to play like this, do not be shocked if we have overtime or the Racers just find a way to win Game 2. The Racers looking to force a Game 5 back here in a few days. We know in a couple days we will be back in Centerton. Wren to Hill. We are back going. Hill back to Ridgway. Here's Ridgway. Pass to Wren, now to Ridgway again. Paul Ridgway looks. Back to Klovenstein. Klovenstein covered by Stevenson. Here's Klovenstein. He looks, keeps it himself. Pass back to Ridgway. Ridgway to Klovenstein. Klovenstein has it. Klovenstein to Ellett. Zach Ellett. Back to Wren. Back to Ridgway. Paul Ridgway for 3. Big time 3-pointer by Paul Ridgway. Now it's Cooper Dunbar. Dunbar has the ball down by 3. Stevenson now with it. Back to Gordon. Gordon drains the 3. Tied up again. Ridgway with it once again. Back to Ellett. Ellett looks. Lane play covering. Back to Klovenstein. Klovenstein there. Back to Wren. Tyler Wren for 3. Count it. Wren gets another 3-pointer. Dunbar has the ball. Pass to Gordon. Jackson Gordon. He will miss the 3. He's been on fire tonight. I'm shocked he missed that. Hill back to Ridgway. Ridgway has the ball. Back to Klovenstein. Brady Klovenstein will miss the 3. This Arrows offense is so good that if you are down by 3 and miss the shot, they will pull away. Like this. Zach Ellett for 3. Exactly what I just said. It was tied up at 40. Then the Arrows came back, got 2 3-pointers. Now they're up by 6. Timeout Racers. Back live here from Terre Haute. What a game we're seeing here tonight. 6-point lead for the Arrows. The Arrows look strong. Man, oh man, can we see the Racer offense come back and tie it back up? Here we go. Here's Weldy. Weldy has the ball. Back to Crum. Crum to Stevenson. Back to Weldy, now it's Crum. Corner Crum for 3. What the Racers need to do, they need to get the ball back after a mistake or a missed shot by the Arrows and tie it up. If they can't, the Arrows will get it back and pull away. Here's Ellett. Covered by Crum. Covered by Dunbar. Ellett for 2. That almost did not go in, but that did. He has 13 points tonight. Dunbar has the ball. Cooper Dunbar misses the 3. Vogt rebound. Vogt back to Delp. Delp to Hill. Isaiah Hill with it. Now it's Julian Vogt. Vogt has the ball. Covered by Dunbar. Vogt, Ellett, now it's Delp. Harvey Delp for 3. Big time 3-pointer by Harvey Delp. It's Dunbar now. Dunbar looks. It's been a good game tonight. Dunbar to Weldy. Levi Weldy will miss the 3. And it's 51-43 after the third quarter. The Arrow offense starting to be on fire. The Racers struggling just a little bit. Fourth quarter is coming your way. And we welcome you back here to Terre Haute. It's been a good game tonight. Let's take a look at the assist of the game. Tyler Wren to Ridgway. Ridgway with the dunk. Now here we go. Fourth quarter is underway. Gordon has the ball. The pass from Weldy. Here's Gordon. Back to Crum. Carter Crum misses the 3. Delp rebound. Delp there, and it's going to be way out of bounds. Ridgway was supposed to get it and dunk it in, but the pass was nowhere to be seen for Ridgway. Ridgway couldn't even get it. Now it's Crum with it. The Racers have the ball. Crum pass to Polston. Polston there, covered by Ridgway. Polston to Gordon. Jackson Gordon there, covered by Klovenstein. Jackson Gordon will miss the 2. Klovenstein rebound. Now, here's Vogt. Pass stolen away by Lampley. Lampley to Crum. Crum back to Gordon. Jackson Gordon for 2. Gordon has been hot tonight. Here's Vogt. He has the ball. Covered by Crum or Dunbar, I couldn't tell. Yeah, it's Crum. Klovenstein to Ridgway, and Ridgway with the slam. Ridgway, his second dunk of the night. Here's Carter Crum now. Crum has the ball. Looks back to Weldy. Levi Weldy will miss the 3. Miller rebound. Miller back to Vogt. Julian Vogt for 2. 10-point lead for the Arrows. Now it's Carter Crum with it. Crum has the ball. Covered by Vogt. Crum back to Polston. Polston will miss the 3. Miller rebound. Miller back to Klovenstein. Klovenstein to Ridgway. Ridgway for 2. Timeout Centerton. Racers down by 12. And we welcome you back here to Terre Haute. The timeout is almost over, but we know for a fact that the Racers are going to do everything in their power to try to come back. But the thing is, anytime when they miss it, it seems like that the Arrows get the ball back quick, and they quickly score, and the Racers can't do anything about it. The Racers need to turn the tide and do that, but the other way around, where the Arrows miss the shots, and the Racers quickly score. The Racers have the ball. Here's Crum. Crum has it. Crum looks, pass there, now it's Lampley. Lampley to Gordon. Gordon to Crum. Gordon, Crum for three. Crum and Gordon are the two guys that can shoot. And the Racers need to put it in their hands the whole time if they want to come back and win this. Here's Klovenstein. Pass to Wren, now it's Vogt. Vogt has it. And he goes out of bounds. He gets pushed out of bounds, but it's still going to be centered in basketball. Dunbar and Stevenson back into the game. And it looks like that the starters are out there for both teams, actually. Here's Dunbar. He looks, covered by Ridgeway. Now it's Stevenson. Here's Stevenson, pass to Gordon. Jackson Gordon. He will miss the three. Gordon's been good tonight, but he will miss another three. And another missed pass by Paul Ridgeway. And that brings more life to the Racers as they have more of a chance now to score quick and come back. Gordon back to Lampley. Dunbar's back to Lampley. Here's Lampley. The pass is Stevenson. Stevenson covered by Ridgeway. And Stevenson for two. 7-point lead. But now here's Ridgeway. A three-pointer will put them up by 10 again. Klovenstein has it back to Ridgeway. Ridgeway to Ellett. Ellett is a guy that can shoot those threes. Ellett to Ridgeway. Paul Ridgeway misses a three. Tipped, rebounded by Lampley. Here's Stevenson. Stevenson has the ball. It's on. Stevenson holds it back to Lampley. Landon Lampley for three. Here comes the Racers. Centerton is starting to crawl back into this game. Klovenstein has the ball. Stevenson covering. Now it's Ridgeway. Ridgeway to Klovenstein. Now here's Wren. Wren there. Gordon is covering. Less than 2 minutes left. 1:40 left in the game. Wren goes up. He's going to go back to Klovenstein. Now it's Ridgeway. Paul Ridgeway. He will score. Lampley back to Dunbar. Here is Dunbar. He has the ball. Dunbar looks. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Dunbar looks. Back to Stevenson. Here's Stevenson to Dunbar. Cooper Dunbar can't make the three. Wren with the rebound. That's to Klovenstein. Klovenstein has it. Here's Klovenstein covered by Dunbar. Back to Hill. Hill to Wren, now to Ridgeway. Ridgeway to Klovenstein. Brady Klovenstein for three. Timeout, Centerton. And we welcome you back here to Terre Haute. The Arrows up by 9. It's been a good game to watch. 62-53. I know for a fact that the fans are loving this game. The Racers will have the ball here with 50 seconds left in the game. Bruin gives it to Stevenson. Stevenson to Gordon. Jackson Gordon will miss the 3. Ridgway rebound. Ridgway pass to Hill. Isaiah Hill for 2. And the Arrows offense once again capitalize on a missed shot by the Racers, go down, and they score quick. Here's Dunbar. Dunbar back, and his pass goes way out of bounds. Gordon couldn't get it, and it will be Terre Haute basketball. Boat, Jefferson, Miller, Stoudemire, and Delk into the game for the Arrows. Stoudemire there, back to Jefferson. Back to Delk. Now here's Vogt. Vogt has the ball. Holds it back to Delk. Harvey Delk looks. Is he going to go up and score? Harvey Delk for 2. He scores. Now here's Crum. You know what? They're just going to hold it. Terre Haute is going to take game 2. Poulsen's 3 is good, but it's too little too late. Terre Haute will take game 2, and they go up 2-0 on the series in the finals. They win by 10. It was a struggle for the Racers offense in the second half, but it's all Terre Haute here in the Wabash Valley Forum. We will see you in a couple days from the Centerbrook Drive-In Court. Paul Ridgway is your player of the game. Great game indeed by Paul Ridgway. He was one of the guys that made sure Terre Haute did not lose tonight's game.